Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. Now take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Irregular Killer Sudoku 2, and it's by Mir Razi Mehdi Ali. And here are the rules. Place the digits 1 through 8 in every row, column, and in every region, which is an irregular region, which is why the irregular part of the title. Digits in a killer cage must sum to the given total without repetition. Therefore, the killer part of this Sudoku. So these 5 digits must add up to 20. These 3 must add up to 20. These 4 must add up to 20. These 5 must add up to 20, etc., etc. So as an example, what could we do? And these 2 add up to 6, so let's just do that one. If this is a 1, this would have to be a 5, because those 2 digits must add up to 6. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So, we don't have the 9 involved in this puzzle. Therefore, if you have 3 digits that add up to 20, it's a very specific set. It's 5, 7, and 8, because we no longer have the 9 available. If you tried 6, 7, and 8, that gives, which is the most, you get 21. So you just obviously have to subtract 1 from the 6. So this is specifically 5, 7, and 8 here. What else do we have? The digits in total now add up to 36 if you get from 1 through 8. These two, again, must be 1, 5 or 2, 4. What can we add together? Can we add anything together? This looks interesting. Right, this contains all the digits of certain regions. But not enough of them, I'd say. Oh, this is interesting. These 4 digits add up to 20. Therefore, these 4 digits must add up to 16. Therefore, these 4 digits must add up to 20. Okay. What does that tell us, though? I'm not sure. Oh, here we have 6 digits adding up to 22. That must be specifically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Because the lowest 6 digits add up to 21. And therefore you have the only ability to raise a 6 up to 7 to get to 22. So this is specifically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Okay. Do we have anything else like that? Not really. Ah, okay. We have 4 digits adding up to 20 here, and then 5 digits adding up to 20 here. And we know this total is 36, therefore this is 4. Right? 40 minus 36 is 4, so therefore this can't be 4, and this can't be 4. This can't be 4 because it's in the same region as this 4. Hmm. Okay. This adds up to 20. This adds up to 20, and this adds up to 20. So that's 60 in 2 regions. Therefore, the remaining digits in that region, which are specifically this, and this, right? Because this adds up to 60. The remaining digits are 72 minus 60, which is 12. Is that helpful? I don't know. That means they have to add up to 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. Because they add up to 12. 36 times 2 is 72. Minus 60 is 12. So this must be 1 through 6, 1 through 6, and 1 through 6. This can't be 4. The remaining digits in the row cannot contain a 1 or 2. Because to add up 4 digits to add up to 12, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5, which requires 1 or 2. So this is 3 through 8. This is 3 through 8, and this is 3 through 8 remaining. This is interesting here. We have these two cages adding up to 43, which is 7 greater than the amount that doesn't really tell us too much, I don't think. We know the 8 has to be either here or here in column 6. Okay, that's interesting. Well, that means if this is an 8, this would have to be an 8 here, which means 8 cannot be in the rest of this region. If this is 8, that means 8 cannot be in the rest of this region, period. So this can never be 8 here. It cannot be 8 here either. If this is 8, that means this is 8. If this is 8, that means this can't be 8, so one of these must be 8. So the rest of row 1 also cannot contain an 8. Okay. So this is 1 through 7. This is 1 through 7, but this can't be 4. This cannot contain a 4, therefore a 4 must be in one of these cells here. I don't know if that tells us anything. Oh, okay. These 4 cells. These 4 cells must be essentially 36 minus 20, which is 16. That means these 4 cells also add up to 20. I don't know what that tells us, but... And specifically, that's actually very interesting. These 4 cells must be exactly the same as these 4 cells. We'll make that pink. So these 4 cells are exactly the same as these 4 cells. Well, what does that mean? All 4 of these cells see this cell. We have 5 cells in this region. That's not helpful. Never mind. Hmm. Okay, these 5 cells add up to 20. And they all see these 2 cells. Interesting. Is that helpful? I'm not sure. Hmm. And those 2 cells are either some combination of 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5. Um, hmm. Hmm. 20. This is 24. Therefore, the remaining digits must add up to 36, 16. Hmm. That could be a wide variety of stuff. Hmm. Okay, these 3 digits must be the same as these 3 digits. So these 3 digits are the same as these 3, which are the same as 4 of those. So these 4 are the same as these 4. Oh, that's interesting. So these 4 must be the same as these 4. Right? Because these 3 are the same as these 3, because these 5 are the same. These 4 are the same as these 4, because these 4 are the same. Therefore, these 4 are the same as these 4. So these 4 must be the same as these 4. Interesting. What does that mean, actually? That means this cell cannot be any of these cells because these 3 match these 3. It cannot be any of these cells. This cell must be the same as this one. Which means this has to be 5, or 7? Well, so this cell is one of these two. That doesn't really tell us too much. Well, we do know these add up to 16. If it's 5 and 7. That means it has to be 1 and 3 here to add up to 16. If it's 5 and 8, it's 1 and 2. But it does have to be, it can't be 7 and 8 here. Right? If we try to make it 7 and 8, that would already be 15, and then you would have 2 digits trying to add up to 1, so that's not allowed. So this is always 5 in one of these two cells, which means this cannot be 5. We know, again, these 3 cells add up to 60. So these 4 cells must add up to 12. It cannot have a 5 anymore. It must be specifically 1, 2, 3, and 6. Which means the remaining cells in the row cannot be contain 1, 2, 3, or 6. And this can't be 5 either. So one of these is a 4. Therefore, and this cannot be 6. So neither of these could be 6. It's either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 added with the 5. So this can't be 1. Either way, this has to be a 1-5 pair. Because if we tried to make this 2-4, the problem is these cells would not be equal to these cells, because 4 would not be in one of those. So this has to be 1-5. And we have 2-8 or 3-7 in the rest. That means this cannot be 1 or 5 here. This can't be 1 or 5 here. This is the same. This can't be 1 or 5. So it's 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So the rest of these cells are 4, 6, and then you have either 2, 8, or 3, 7. Sorry. Yeah, 2, 8, 4, 6, or 3, 7. But these cannot be 8, right? 1 out of 1 or 5 is here, but the other one we don't know. Okay. What else do we have? Um, okay, so 1 has to be here. That doesn't tell us too much, but What else do we have? So one has to be one of these cells here. This is 1, 5. One of these is a 1. That goes through a lot of regions. Oh, we know this adds up to 10 because this adds up to 16, right? So this is 16. This has to add up to 20, which makes this add up to 20, right? Because this is 40 here. Oh, these have to be the same for pink ones, right? So this must be the same as this one here. So this is A. Let's make this A. This has to be A also. A has to be one of those 4, and then one of those 3. This one has to be one of these 5, but we're not sure which. So these 4 must be the orange ones. So this cannot be 1 or 5. It's 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 here. That doesn't tell us too much though. Okay, we know this adds up to 20. This is 16. That doesn't tell us so much. Oh, this can't be 4, and this can't be 4, because this is the orange cells, which cannot have a 4. Therefore, the 4 in this column has to be one of these 2 cells, which means the rest of the box of the region can't contain a 4. So this can't be 4 here. Hmm. This could be any of these 3 cells, unfortunately. So that's kind of broad. These 3 are the same as these 3. Huh. Okay. These 5 must add up to 23, obviously. So these 3 must add up to 13. What are the combinations? 13 could be 1, 4, 8. So this could be 1, 4, 8. Um, 1, 5, 7 also works. Oh, but there's no 5. So it would be 1, 7, 5. That's the case. So that's all the ones. What about 2? 2, 3, 8 works. So this could be 2, 3, 2, 3, 8. 2, 4, 7 works. And 2, 5, 6 works. So this would be 6 if that's the case. 2, 5, and 6. So that's all the 2s. 3. 3 could be 3, 4, and 6, but that's not possible with these digits. So it could be 2, 3, 8 again. And then 4 would be at minimum 4, 5, and 6, which is 15, which is greater than 13 can be. So that's not allowed. Do we look at this again? Maybe. Okay. How about these? Right? This is excluding 3 cells in a region, but gaining 2 cells in another region. 3 cells in the regions in total, but it's gaining 2 cells total. So this is 20 plus 20 plus 20. So how many regions is this? 1, 2, 3 regions. So this is 20 plus 20 plus 20, which is 60, plus 23 plus 21. Actually, let's do it without the 21 region. Okay. So we have 20, 20, 20, and 23. That's 83. Across 3 regions. 3 regions times 36 is 108. 108 minus 83 is 25. That's a lot. Okay, that's not helpful. One of these 2 digits is a 6, so this can never be a 6 here. Okay. Interesting. Because this can never be 6, what digits 5 digits can add up to 20? I'm gonna pause because I need to go to the bathroom right now. I'll be right back. Oops. Let me pause the record. And we're back. Let's continue. This is a little bit tougher than I was expecting, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I'm not used to irregular regions very much because there aren't that many irregular region Sudokus that I've seen. And the killer cages are kind of throwing me off a little bit because I'm not as well versed from the 1 through 8 limitations. Anyways, let's see what else can we do. The remaining digits here have to be has to be this digit, and I guess these 2 orange digits, right? But that doesn't really tell us very much. Oh, that's interesting, right? What is this digit? We know for this region, we got these 3. We are missing this and these 2. So both of those oranges have to be here. Therefore, this has to be a pink. And this has to be a pink. So this can never be 5 here. So this has to be 7 or 8. So 5 has to be one of these 2 cells. Interesting. And since this is a pink, this has to be the other orange. So this can never be 8. This has to be a 5 or 7 here. But this could be 7 or 8 here. That's interesting. This is 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. We know there's a 5 here. Can you add 4 digits with a 1 to add up to 23 with a 5? 1, 5. So say you had 1, 5. You can't have 1, 5. Wait, this is 5 digits adding up to 23. Never mind. You could have that very well. Because you have one of the pink ones, right? You could have 6, 7, 8. Well, that's too many, but you could have 5, 6. Well, you have. Oh, that's interesting. You have 3 of the oranges and 2 of the pinks adding up to 23. That's okay, so that's not quite right. We do know that the 5 has to be here in one of these cells. Hmm. Interesting. Not too helpful. Hmm. 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 Well, we already knew the 6 has to be one of those 3. We know 4 has to be one of those 2. Hmm. 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 So we know. Okay. Hmm. Maybe we should add up all the killer cages together. Maybe that will leave us something. Okay, I'm gonna put a calculator out here so that we can potentially add it up. Okay, so 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 6 plus 23 plus 20 plus 20 plus 22 plus 21 plus 20 is 252. And then we have the digits 1 through 8. So that's 36 times 8. 288 minus 252 is 36. Huh. Interesting. Okay. How many open spots do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For 36 digits. Or 36 sum. That's not too helpful. It could be any combination of 1 through 8, right? Okay, that's not helpful. Never mind. I was hoping that would be a useful thing, but it's not. Um, hmm. Oh, this is interesting. Hmm. Or maybe... Maybe just these 3. No, that's not helpful. What about these 4 cages? If these 4 cages... That adds up to 83. So that's 11 over the 2 cages in general. With 3 additional digits and 2 subtractions. Okay, so 83 minus 72 is 11. That means at minimum you have a 1 and a 1 subtracted out. So that means a difference of 13. So that means this is at least 13 for those 3 cells. Not sure that's helpful. Hmm. Uh, hmm. That's actually very interesting here. If this is 7, that forces this to be 5. But this can never be 8 and 7 here. But what about 5 and 8? Guess that's possible. Hmm. Can it be 4 and 5 here? I don't think so. Oh, maybe, actually. Yeah, then it would be... Okay, so... What are the combinations for this 5-digit cell? 4 and 5 adds up to 9, so these 3 would have to add to 11. So if this is 4 and 5... Oh, wait. Where's... Oh, no. Okay, never mind. If this is 4 and 5... Oh, this is the same as this digit. So this adds up to 20. Which means this with these 2 adds up to 16. We know there's a 6 here. So it's 2 and 8 or 3 and 7. So either way, this has to have a 1 and a 4. And a 5, I guess. So then you have 2, 8 with 3 or 7 in there. Therefore, this could be 7 here, though. The 4 could be here. Right, so this 5 cell has to be specifically. It adds 1, 4, and 5, and we have 2, 8, or 3, 7 with it. But that's still kind of wide as a possibility. Hmm. Uh, hmm. Interesting. Can this ever be 1? I guess if it's like 6 and 8. This can never be 1, though, here, right? Well, maybe. It could be 6 and something. 6 and a higher digit. Hmm. Well, we need a 4. So we have 3 digits adding up to 16. It could be 178. We need a 4. 178 works. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is very, yeah. I would say this is definitely harder than easy. Um, there's just so many things that makes things just a little bit more difficult. Um, hmm. Hmm. Where is the 4 in this region here? It has to be one of these 3, right? Where is the 4 in this region? Cannot be here because it's not part of the orange. Can't be here, or here, or here. Well, actually, that's not part of the region. Can't be here or here. So it has to be here or here, which means this cannot be a 4. Okay, there we go. So this cannot be a 4, because in this region, where is the 4? Has to be one of these 3. In this region, where is the 4? Can't be here, or here, or here, because this is orange. So it has to be one of these 4, which means this can't be 4. So this has to be a 4. So this is 4, which makes that a 4. Which means none of these are 4. We know there's a 6 in one of these 3 regions. So this is 4. One of these 4 is a 4. This can't be 4, though. So one of these... Oh, this can't be 4 because it's in the same cage. So the 4 in this region has to be one of these 2 cells, which means this can't be a 4. This can no longer be 4. This can no longer be 4. Therefore, one of these 2 cells is a 4. Because in this region, where is the 4, can only be one of those 2. We know one in column 9, one of these 2 cells is a 4. So this cannot be 4, which means this has to be a 4 here. Okay, that was kind of clever. This can no longer be a 4 here. Where is the 4? Can't be any of these, can't be any of these. It has to be here. So this is a 4, which means this can't be 4. And in this region, where is the 4? Can't be any of these. Can't be here. Can't be any of these. It must be here. So this is a 4 here. Interesting. That was actually interesting. They're very clever, actually. Very clever use of the irregular regions. Again, as I said, I'm not very used to irregular regions. I do like them. I do like them as a puzzle, but I'm not actually very used to it. These 3 digits add up to 13 again. So again, it cannot... 13 can be 1, 3... No. It would have to be 148, 157, and those are the only possibilities. So this can't be 1 either. Right? If it's 1, it's specifically 148 or 157. But this can't be 1 or 5. And you can't have a 4 in it anymore. So this can never be 1, which means this has to be a 1. So this can't be 1 here, because we need a 1 in this orange these 4 orange digits. You could have 2, 3, 2, 3, 8. Well, this we know is 1 and 5. Right? This has to have a 1 or 5 because this can no longer be 1. And the rest of the orange digits are here. That means these 3 digits, 3 of these digits are 1, 4, and 5, which add up to 10. So the remaining 2 digits add up to 13, which is 23 minus 10. You only have 5, 8, and 6, 7, but you can't have 5, 8. So it must be 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, this is 6 or 7. This is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means this can't be 6 or 7. This can't be 6 or 7 because of the 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 quintuplet. 6 can never be an orange. Therefore, this has to be 8, which means 8 is in the purples. Since 8 is in the purples, you have 4 and 6 already. That means to add up to 20, it must be 2, 8, 4, and 6. So you cannot have 7, you cannot have 3. So it's 4, 8 with 2 and 6. This cannot be 2. This can't be, one of these is 1. We're not sure which. This can't be 8, this can't be 8 because that's, yeah. But this can't be 2 anymore, so this is 3. This can't be 8. So it's a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair. This can't be 8 anymore here, which means where is the 8 in column 6? It has to be here. So this is 8. The remaining digits now are 2 and 6. This can't be 3, so this must be 2. This has to be 6 and 8 here. This can't be 2 and 8. It's 3 and 7. This is 2, 6, 2, 6, 4, 8, 4, 8. These are all orange, so this cannot be 4. This is 1, 3, 5, and 7. That adds up to 16, so this must be a 4. So this is 4, this is 8, which makes that a 4. This can no longer be 7. This is 2, 3, or 6 here. Cannot be 3, because this is 2 and 6. This is the pink ones. One of these. So the 4 is the pink here. So this cannot be pink. This is orange. It's 1, 5, 7 there. This is a 6. This has to be a 3 because that's the only remaining digits of the orange in the region. This is 4 and 8, so the remaining two digits must add up to 8. And this has to be 1 or 5. That's fine. We have a 2626 pair in column 6 and 7, so the rest of the digits cannot be 2 or 6. Therefore, where is a 2 in this cage? It has to be here. So this is 2, which makes that 6, which makes that a 2. These are both pink then. These all have to be orange. This is a pink. This orange here, well, we know 3 and 7 have to all 3 be there. So this can't be 3 or 7. This is 1 or 5 here. This is pink. That means only one of these can be orange. So we have to have 1, 2, and 1 out of 6 or 8. So this is 1, 2, and we have 1 out of 6 or 8 here. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3. That's 3 digits that add up to 6. The remaining 2 must add up to 14, and therefore must be 6 and 8. So this has to be 6 or 8, which means this is a pink. This can't be 2 here. These are 2 pinks and 1 orange. So we have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair. This can't be 2. So 2 has to be one of these 2 digits here. We're not sure which. The remaining digits here are 2 and 6 with 1, 3, 5, or 7. This can't be 2. Any of these 3 could be 2. This can't be 2 because it's the same region as that 2. We know in this region we need a 2 here. This can't be 2 and this can't be 2, so one of these is a 2. In this region, none of these can be 2. So one of these is 2. And in this region, none of these can be 2, so therefore one of these is a 2 here. This can't be 6 here. We have all the 4s. Do we have all the 8s? We do not. So this must be orange because it cannot be 6 or 8, and it can't be 2 or 4 here. So this has to be an orange. This one we don't know. This adds up to 20. But these 3 digits, or sorry, these 4 digits must add up to 16. So these 3 must add up to it has to add up to 12. This is 1, 5, or 7. One of these 2 is an 8. If this is not 8, can you have 4 digits adding up to 20 without a 4? With 2 of them being orange. 5, 7, 2, 6. But you can't have both 2 and 6 there. So if this is not 8, okay, what are the remaining digits? Are 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Without an 8 and only 1, 6, or 2. You could have 3, 5, 7, which adds up to 15, but 2 and 6 don't add up to 20 with it. What if you tried to have... Yeah, okay, so these are both odd. So that's actually another thing. These orange cells are all odd, and the pink cells are all even. So these are two odds. This has to be an even cell. So this has to be an even, which makes this an 8, which means this cannot be 8. It's an orange cell. This is 8. What combinations could you have? 817, 813. So 817 requires a 4, but we don't have that available. 813 requires a 8, which we already have an 8. So this cannot be 813 or 817. 853 requires a 4. 857 requires nothing, a 0. So this 5 does not work. It has to be 7 here, which means this can't be 7. This has to be 3 then, which makes this a 2, which makes that a 6, which makes that a 2, which makes that a 6. This cannot be 7 or 3. It's 1, 5 pair here. This can't be 3, so this must be 7, which makes that a 1. This can't be 1 then. That can't make that a 5, so this can't be 5 here. This cannot be 1 or 7. It must contain 3, 5, or 6. This region, then, is specifically 3, 5, and 6. Well, one of these has to be 1 or 5, so 1 and 5 is eliminated in the rest of the region. So this can't be 5, this can't be 5, which means one of these must be a 5, which means this cannot be 5. So this is 3 or 6. The rest of this region cannot be 1 or 5, so this actually has to be a 1 or 5 here, because there's no other place for it in the row. So this, therefore, this is orange. This then has to be pink, and it must be a 2. So this can't be 2. This must be a 2, because there's no other place for the 2 in that pink. Therefore, this can't be 2 here, which means this has to be a 2 here. So this is a pink. Okay. This is a pink. We need 1 pink and 1 orange to add up to an even number. So 1 pink and 1 orange. That means it has to be 1 out of 6 or 8 here. So one of these is orange, which is a 1 in this region. So this cannot be 1 here. Well, because of that, we know this one of these is orange and one of these is pink. Because this is orange, pink, pink. This must be orange and pink, and one of these is orange and one of these is pink. So this must be orange and pink. This can't be 8. So one of these must be a 1. Because in this cage, we need a 1. Well, this can't be 1 then, so this must be a 5, which makes that a 1. This can't be 1 or 5. We have a 3, 7, 3, 7 pair in column 6, which eliminates 3 and 7 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this is 5, which makes that 1, which makes that 5. This can't be a 5 anymore because of that 5. This 5 plus a 4 plus these digits must add up to 16. And we only have 1 and 6 available here. So this has to be 1 and 6. We have a 1, 6, 1, 6 pair in this 20 cage, so therefore the rest of the cage cannot be, or actually the rest of the column cannot be 1 or 6, so therefore this can't be 6. This is 8, which makes that 6, which makes that 8. This can't be 5. Where is the 5 in column 8? It has to be here. This has to be, one of these has to be 8. We're missing 3, 7, and 8 here. So 3, 7, and one of these is 8. Hmm. This can't be 1, so this must be 5, which means this can't be 5, so this must be 7, which makes that a 5, which makes that a 7. None of these can be 7 anymore, and this can't be 5. This can't be 7, so this must be 3, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 3, which makes that a 5. This 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 6. This 6 means this can't be a 6 in the same region, so this is 3, which makes that a 6. So this is a pink. These are orange. The remaining digits here are all orange. One of these has to be a pink, and one has to be an orange, and one of them is 8. This can't be 3. This is 7, 8 pair. This can't be 6, so this must be a 1. Therefore, this is pink, this is orange, this must be pink then, and there's a 6. This can't be 1, so this is 7, which makes that a 1. These digits add up to 21. We know an 8's there, so it's 4, 5, and 8, which adds up to 17. So the remaining 2 digits must add up to 4, and it can only be 1 and 3. So this is 1. One of these is 3, but this can't be 3 because of that 3, so this must be 3, which makes that an 8. So this is orange also, this is pink, which makes this orange, which makes that pink. So this is 8, this is 7, this can't be 3, so this is 7, which makes that 3, and therefore this is a 7. Oh, that took a while. Yeah, I'm not very good with irregular regions. I do like them, right? They are an actual enjoyable one. And I'm also not used to killer cages with the digits 1 through 8 instead of 1 through 9. So I'm not sure what limitations there are. So it's going to make me a little slower. Anyways, that was very interesting, actually. And it turned out to be an odd-even mix. Again, I would not classify this as easy. This is not trivial. And I don't even think it's even easy necessarily either. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.